Hi and welcome to this week's energy forecast. I'm Rachael Thompson-Phillips, the creator of the BEYOU Oracle Cards and also of the Sacred Oracle online program. This week's energy forecast is for August the 31st through till September the 6th, with the overall theme being 3 ways to cultivate balance. Let's go in and explore the divine messages coming through the cards. Monday and Tuesday is the card of love. Wednesday through till Friday is the card of Ocean's Calling, and the weekend's message is limitations. Now, we're going to go in and dive in a little deeper into each individual card. With Monday and Tuesday, the card of love, there is 2 beautiful messages that come through with this. One is about self-care. Are you taking the time to make yourself a priority through doing self-care rituals so that you start to nourish and nurture your own self? To bring forward that love that is sitting so deeply within you. When we spend so much time giving all the time, we become depleted, and therefore that love that naturally just flows through you starts to feel a little bit more rigid, and sometimes can become a feeling of feeling resentful, where we feel like we're giving so much and not very much is coming back in. And this is where we need to be able to understand that taking care of ourselves is not only is it a priority, but it's a responsibility and ownership back to self. Making sure that you're doing things to nurture and nourish yourself, as I mentioned, and to consider that on a mind, body, soul, and spiritual level, because we have all of those 4 parts within ourselves that all require different needs in order to cultivate balance back in itself. So it's so important to remember that the love that you naturally give also needs to be naturally given back to self. So my question to you was, when was the last time you did some form of self-care ritual for yourself and felt completely nourished? Now, depending on how depleted you may feel, doing one thing may not be enough. It may require you to do 2 or 3 or 4 different things. Just tune into what it is that your soul is guiding you. My greatest question I always like to ask in these types of situations is to be able to say, what do I need right now? And being very specific about using the word right now, not just now, because now can be, depending on when you ask it at different times, but right now, that lets you know that that is the requirements that are needed to bring back an equilibrium back to yourself. And the next time, you do something, there's maybe a different element that comes through that your soul guides you as to what your soul requires. So that's the first element of the love. The second is to understand that love that you have, respect it, value it, but also put some boundaries on it as well. Love is not something that is just always given, so never underestimate the power and the gratitude that the universe is coming through and saying thank you, thank you, thank you for just naturally sharing that beautiful love that you have within inside. There are lots of people that go through life that never get showered with love. So even though you do it easily and naturally, don't underestimate its potency and power of how much it totally affects other people's life. So continue to shower your love with others and keep your heart expanded and open, and allow that to be like a gateway where it's just this flow through of giving and receiving, and also giving and receiving of self. So it's so vital that we understand that we need to be able to fill our own cup up so we can continue to give that nourishment of love to other people. So that's Monday and Tuesday. As we move through till midweek, being the Ocean's Calling. The Ocean's Calling's message is about getting to Mother Nature, getting to water. Water has this beautiful symbolic way in which to connect deeply with our heart rhythmia, and therefore whenever we get stressed, we start breathing shallow from the top of our chest. We start activating our own nervous system, and so therefore we shallow breathe. And so therefore when we get near bodies of water or the ocean itself, the rhythm of the waves also works in conjunction with our heart rate and starts to lower that stress and brings things back to a beautiful equilibrium, what is classified in anatomy and physiology as homeostasis, which is bringing the body back to its natural state of beingness within every single system within our body. And that's the beauty of the ocean. And there is this, well, I find that when you have this ability, you go to the ocean, you could have all these things going on inside of your mind, and yet the moment that you get near the ocean, smell that beautiful sea breeze, the salt in the air, feeling the sun on your skin or the wind just washing over your body. It's like you lose yourself and find yourself all at the same time. That is the magnificence about Mother Earth. Mother Earth has this natural ability to clear away any lower vibrating energies and to restore balance and calm and find that inner Zen state within our beingness. So the oceans is calling you because your soul is saying, I want to reestablish that balance again back within my own self so that I can continue being the most highly evolved version of myself. So as you can see, there's this beautiful flow going through the start of the week, which just leads us then through to the weekend, which this card is the message of limitations. As you can see with the start of the week, having this gorgeous flow about restoring balance, giving to yourself, nurturing and nourishing your soul on a mind, body, soul and spiritual level, it prepares you for the card of limitations, which is about visualizing, seeing yourself succeed. If you're depleted, you don't really have the capacity to hold that space of that belief of what you're capable of doing, right? So this is why I absolutely adore cards, because they give us everything that we need in order to prepare for an area that requires more inner strength and more calm, more balance, more courage, more bravery, more confidence. And so the limitations card is, don't allow your limitations to hold you back from being able to fulfill and do and dream those goals, those visions, those promises that you make to yourself. So the limitations is just understanding that it's you that's putting those there in front of them, your own self, and to not allow them to navigate the direction that you go in, the actions that you take, the beingness components within your own self. This is where you can allow all of those shackles to fall onto the ground and stand confidently in visualizing that you do and can be as successful as you want to be. It all belongs in here and within your energy, so your mindset and your energy. So again, the inner work that we do on the weekend, during the week, leads us and prepares us for the weekend. And that's where we start to become more and more cemented in believing in our dreams and our goals. So the weekend could be this beautiful moment that, again, you could use as a self-care ritual, is to be able to sit out there. And if you still have your new moon intentions to be able, and you've written them down, or you may know so deeply what they are, or you're chasing a dream and it's not quite there just yet. This is this moment where you can sit over the weekend and really engage in tapping into that dream that you are working towards. Activate all your senses. Visualize yourself succeeding, seeing that whatever it is that you are chasing right at the moment is right here in the current present now. And allow yourself to be so engaged and so engulfed in that dream that the universe has no reason other than to make that manifest for you. So this is where this is the time now to do that inner work, taking care of self, looking after your own self. And again, as I mentioned, taking care of ourselves is an ownership and responsibility that comes back to self. The problem I usually find around this is that a lot of the times we think, oh, when someone does this for me, or if this happens, I'm going to feel better. And we take that disempowerment by giving it all to other people to bring you happiness or to restore balance for yourself. Remember, you give this to yourself. This is the gift that you give to yourself of being able to say, hey, you know what? I really matter. I am enough. And because of that belief that I have within myself, I'm going to do the things that it's required, because I know I'm not vibing as awesome as I would like to. I may be feeling out of sync. So what is it that I need to do so I can keep continuing being the most highly evolved version of self and radiating my own true soulful essence? And that all comes when all of your levels are vying at the same space. So I wish you an incredibly amazing week. Enjoy having a week of taking care of your own self. And really, when you're doing these rituals, really allow yourself to engage in it. You know, remind yourself, thank you so much. I'm so grateful that I've taken this time to do X, Y, and Z for myself. I feel fabulous for this. And therefore, it starts reminding you of the importance of taking care of self. And you know what? When you start taking care of yourself, it doesn't take long before other family members or other people within your circle start to see that glow radiating from within externally, and they'll be asking you, hey, what have you done? And this is where you can then go forward and share with them that you've been doing some inner work on your own self, taking care of yourself, and that you can really see the results. And therefore they start shifting what they're doing and start engaging and taking care of themselves. And this is how we can help one another and self first. So have an incredibly amazing week. Much love to you all. Take care and look after you.